Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about new movies and wrestling. I might just drop the team hating on me. Gene, DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the vintage of Mounty. Gonna bring you the best legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby Lovin' Buddy.
Hello, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. And Mr. Topo Chico over here is...
What did you just call him, a fat ass? What'd you call him, Tubbo? What'd you call him?
I think that was Hot Mike Chance in Spanish.
Topo Chica.
Topo Chico.
You never had a Topo Chica?
Topo Chico. What is that? Is that glass bottle water?
Yeah, it's a mineral water.
Okay, drink it with your pinkies out, guys. All I've got is Mountain Dew. Live wire, best one of all time.
Oh, yeah. Before we started recording right here, Chance came around the table and looked at it and said, "That's what I thought it was."
Yeah, I've been.
Are you a Mountain Dew fan?
Look.
Not
Mountain
really,
Dew.
but that. Mm-hmm.
Mountain Dew, I'm going to tell you right now, the jig's up. Is that what they say? The jig's up?
Yeah, that sounds great.
That.
We all know, and by we all, I mean people like me, true big backers. I graduated with a 4.0 GPA from Big Back University. I was on the dean's list. Shout out to my guy, Jeff McCool. Marcus
Yes.
McCool. Look, Mountain Dew Live Wire, you're never going to be able to tell me that all it is Orange Slice. Because as soon as Orange Slice disappeared, Mountain Dew brought Mountain Dew Live Wire out.
It just slid in.
It just sliced its way right back into circulation.
I like how you call that.
You can't tell me nothing different. Mountain Dew, you're going to try to say, oh, no, it's different. It's not different. And now Slice is still out, but it's a healthy soda. You get the fuck out of here with that.
Like
Two
Starry.
words should never be put in the same sentence. Healthy soda.
Is that like Sierra Mist when it went to Starry?
I've never seen one person buy a 12-pack of Starry, a 6-pack, a bottle.
Never.
Nothing.
No.
Sierra Mist, you had a good thing going with it.
Whoa.
You hear the Mother Nature.
Garth Brooks is pissed off out there because the thunder rolls.
On a starry night.
And they had to change their name, I think, because of a rapper
I think so. I think you are correct.
from Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was either that or a singer of some sort.
Something like that, yeah.
Info for the day.
Yep.
Fun fact. Ding.
Fun fact. Ding.
Look, we're back. Episode 122. We're talking more Hulkamania era wrestling, WWF
Where's
pay-per-view
BJ
reviews.
at when you need him?
Right, facts. Fuck Hulk Hogan, by the way. WrestleMania 7, we're talking about it.
Yes.
We're coming off the heels of Royal Rumble 91. We just talked about that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to go check it out. We've got clips of it, and we got the full episode up.
Yep.
And, you know, WWE, they ran with those four main ones. You had Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Every now and then they'd sprinkle in a Tuesday in Texas or something like that. One year, I'm sure they put out a little stuff in between. But, yeah, man, this is smack dab in the middle of the war that
the Gulf War.
The Gulf War.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sounds like the Gulf War's going on outside.
Facts. Mother Nature is starting her own war outside. Hogan and Slaughter, man.
Yeah, March 24th, 1991, held at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena, which is the second location of this pay-per-view. I think, what was the original spot? It was supposed to be at a bigger
The
Coliseum.
Coliseum.
100,000 people.
100,000 people and everything. And they moved it to the Memorial Sports Arena with only 16,000 people.
So here's my
Security
question.
concerns.
Yeah. Security bullshit. Y'all wasn't selling tickets because people wasn't buying into this angle, bro.
Yeah,
you can spin it however you want to spin it, WWF. I've heard all these interviews, and I love Bruce Pritchard. But Bruce Pritchard was trying to say that. That's why they didn't.
No.
And of course, he's going to say that. And he was there, so he knows more than I know. But you can't tell me that it was because of – because my thing is you go from an arena with 100,000 people to 16,000. Where's all those other people at? Did they get their money back, or did you just not sell the tickets?
Question right here for the
yes, Tony.
if you can if there's bomb threats at the LA Coliseum, why couldn't they get bomb threats at the sports? Memorial?
Classic WWE excuse. They just say something like, "This is what it is." And everybody's like, "Oh, okay." What?
So they can't get bomb threats at the smaller arena.
If they were smart, they would say that Sergeant Slaughter and all his Iranian and Iraqi friends were going to be the ones that were doing the bomb threats, and that would have gave them even more heat.
There you go.
Here we go.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Mm-hmm.
WWF's stated reason for the venue change was that it had security concerns in the wake of Slaughter's portrayal of the Iraqi sympathizer during the Gulf War. This was dismissed by outlets such as Slam Sports of Canada, who chalked up the venue change to poor advanced ticket sales and the company having difficulty filling 100,000 seats during this time frame.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
According
That
to
makes
former
more
executive
sense.
Bruce Pritchard, both were accurate statements. In his podcast, he said that the Coliseum was too large for police to ensure its security, but also said that that they were having trouble
Selling tickets.
They wrote between 11,900 and 15,000 tickets were sold before the move. So there you go.
Yeah.
They had only sold just over 10% of the 100,000. So that's why it was easy to move them right over in that because they had enough seats.
Not gonna work for me, bro. And watching this too, you can see empty seats in this arena as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Well, let's get into these matches. And
There's
you're
a
gonna
bunch
find
of
out. You're not going to be able to understand why they didn't sell a bunch of tickets by these matches. The dark match, and I don't know what the streak was for my guy, but Coco Beware was in the dark match this time, and he actually wins.
He got over, baby. He got over
He actually wins the match, and we don't even get to fucking watch it because it was a dark match.
against the Brooklyn Brawler.
Well, nobody's ever lost in the Brooklyn Brawler. That's a shot at God. They hated Coco Beware so much, and it took him 6 minutes to beat the Brooklyn Brawler.
God.
Oh man! But yeah, so we didn't get to see that one.
Poor guy gets his moment in the sun, and then don't even get shown on the broadcast.
No, not at all. Not on the broadcast. Next up, well, not next up. Leading off the pay-per-view again, and this was another match. When I was talking about good matches,
Yeah,
this is another one.
this is another banger.
Rockers, and you had Barbarian Haiku,
Yeah.
which had Bobby Heenan. Outstanding tag team match.
Yes.
It was the match that Power and Glory and them should have had Michaels not have been injured.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they would have had it. As much as I fucking hate Paul Roma, he was worked well enough to where they had a good match.
but
could
as,
have had a good
as
match.
good as Jannetty and Michaels were and everything.
But they were talking. My OSW homies was talking about how shitty Marty Jannetty's sell jobs were in this match too. They said he wasn't selling for shit to these big ass dudes.
You better watch it with Haiku in there.
Yeah.
Because Haiku put a hurting on you.
Yeah, and
He's a
I
bad
think the
motherfucker.
Rockers did a lot of those dope tag team maneuvers.
Yeah,
The
there's
tag team kip up. They did the tag team.
Yeah.
Tag team specialist.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
their
how they
whole
won, I think.
Yeah, their whole synchronized moves and everything.
Yeah.
And we've like I said, we've talked about it every wrestling episode, especially dealing with these early '90s things. The tag team wrestling is just so good.
Yeah,
Especially from the top level of the tag team.
and I think this match was better than the Orient Express match the year before, or the pay per view before. Oh,
Time out.
That never happens here. That's like the final destination.
This is like the Are we still? Did it cut off their? Woo! That was spooky.
hell yeah! Well, we'll leave it in. Maybe I don't know. We'll see how it
The
looks.
Undertaker is a guest appearance on this podcast.
Dude. But
That would
like,
have been awesome
so
if they would have went out and he would have just been here.
Look, the Rockers get them another good pay per view win, but this is again we're fixing to start seeing the disassembling
Of the rock, yeah.
of the Rockers.
And go back to Haiku. Haiku was such a great tag team worker and everything. I mean, he got it as a tag team part, even though he's a legit badass. I mean, his singles runs were all right, but he was such a better tag team guy than me.
I love Haiku and Barbarian as a
Yeah.
tag team. I think that's just a badass tag team.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we could have seen more of like them and Demolition.
Oh, yeah.
Them and Heart Foundation. Them and Legion of Doom. Them and that, like just see more of that tag team.
Yeah.
It just felt like they did such a job of like hodgepodging these teams together when you could have just kept like it made more sense to keep them two together. But then sometimes you had Barbarian and Warlord in a tag team.
Yeah.
And then you had Haiku and Andre. So Andre left, so they didn't have nothing for Haiku to do, I'm assuming. So they
Yeah.
just,
Talking with the Barbarian, it's a perfect match. Like you said, I wish they would have gave him more.
Yeah, and then next up, we speak about it every week that we talk about this time frame because the way they shit on Dusty Rhodes. Another guy from the NWA they shit on, the Texas Tornado,
Yep.
Kerry Von Erich. Now I know he was in World Class too, but he was also in NWA.
But he
Right.
wasn't a product of Vince.
No, but like he has a 3-minute match against Dino Bravo,
And
which
I
he
think,
wins, but it's like just a waste of Texas Tornado.
Yeah, and I think shout out to OSW again. I think this was Dino Bravo's last pay-per-view match before the untimely circumstances that happened to him and everything.
Yeah, that y'all ever want a good episode? I mean, every episode's dope. I highly suggest Dark Side of the Ring. I've watched every episode at least 3 to 4 times.
Yeah,
I love
they're
that
amazing.
show. One of my favorite shows to watch on YouTube. But the episode they had on Dino Bravo is very interesting.
Oh yeah,
because
I had no
into-
clue about that stuff.
He was very tied into the mob in
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, I had no clue about that stuff.
Yeah. I had heard about it back then. I think Brandon had told me years ago because he had heard it somewhere,
Yeah.
But I think it was the shoot interviews when they started coming out and stuff started getting around. It started getting brought up that Dino Bravo was part of the mob. I think it's where it started coming out at. But it was just a waste. It was 3 minutes, but it was just a waste of I don't want to say it was a waste of Dino Bravo because there's not really much you can do with him as a solo guy.
Felt like a filler match.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. It's just a waste of Texas Tornado could have been doing something better than this.
Yeah. This next match, though, was a lot of meat in the ring. I mean, a lot.
Not a lot of wrestling, but
not a lot of wrestling. But I mean, when you think about early '90s wrestlers, it's these two guys body wise is what you think of, the British Bulldog and the Warlord. I mean, there was a lot of roids in that ring.
I mean, that's just all it was, right? It just the amount of steroids that were used in the 80s and 90s is unbelievable.
Yeah.
To go back and look at.
I mean, these
Not just wrestling, football, wrestling,
baseball,
baseball.
all of it. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
dude, that's the backs. The back sizes of these two guys.
Big Back University, legit.
That was legit Big Back.
The original
University.
Big Back
I
University.
mean, Warlord. Did he ever do anything acting wise? Because he looks familiar. Like he probably did some. Small
I don't know. He couldn't work worth a fuck.
No.
He was just he was big as fuck, but he could. The difference between him and like Barbarian could legit work. He could legit go. He could fly off the top rope. He was good at like chain wrestling. He sold well. Like he was a good.
Same with Hercules too. Hercules
for
as well.
sure. Warlord was just big as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Just roided out. He just looks like a big roided out guy that Vince was just all about because he was a big roided out guy.
And British Bulldog's finisher, that running power slam, garbage as a finish move. But
Back then, it was a big deal though.
Yeah, Hogan
Power
did a leg
slam was a big
drop.
deal. Now you watch an AEW pay per view with the Young Bucks and you see all the dumb shit they do and they don't sell nothing.
Yeah.
It's just completely different. Everything meant more back then, but this was just it was 8 minutes long.
Yeah, it was just two
very
big boys.
Drug. I mean, it was
I had this match.
Bulldog won, but
I had this match on a Coliseum home video, like one of those compilation tapes. And I
super
probably-
tape or whatever. Yeah.
I probably seen this more times than I should have.
Yeah, I remember one of the super tapes was like Big Boss Man in the Cage.
Yeah.
It was the cover, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to super tapes. Next up, you had another tag team match. This was a dope one. You had the Nasty Boys and the Hart Foundation for the tag titles.
The Hart Foundation carried this match.
Yeah.
For sure. I was never a Nasty Boys fan.
No, but I liked them for what they were. They were good heels. Well, I didn't like them, but for a good heel tag team. And they were just big,
were
ugly
different.
sons of bitches that fought dirty. And, it was definitely different. It was like kind of edgy back then,
I didn't like them as much here, but in WCW, I liked them. And
You did?
I felt like they got
R&B.
over more in WCW. It was after this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, at this point, I think they're starting to realize that Brett is going to be a star on his own.
Yeah.
So you kind of see, the Nasty Boys get the win. Was there any interference? I can't
I
remember.
think, Jimmy Hart
Jimmy
was
Hart with the helmet.
Yeah,
That's
was
right.
wearing that stupid ass little motorcycle helmet down to the ring and everything. I think Jimmy Hart had 3 changed suits 3 times in this pay per view.
Yeah, because he was with Dino Bravo. He was with
He's with the Nasty Boys,
the Nasty Boys.
and he's with somebody else too at some point too.
Earthquake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Later
with
on.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's wearing that motorcycle helmet in this match, and they use the helmet to their advantage.
So yeah, but shout out to this is a dope match again.
Yeah.
Heart Foundation, loved watching those guys wrestle.
Brett and Jim were great. Yeah, that was a solid tag team
Yeah,
together.
and I'm pretty sure after this is when you start to see the emergence of Bret Hart as a solo guy.
Yeah.
Because '92 is when he fought. Is that when he fought Piper? To won the Intercontinental strap or something from
think
Piper.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Is it
WrestleMania
SummerSlam?
8 or something like that, or some. It was something like that
Yeah.
next year, or maybe it was SummerSlam. Maybe
Yeah,
SummerSlam of
I think it was.
'91. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a solid tag match. I think. This next match, bro. When I was a kid, I thought it was cool, but going back and watching it,
Yeah.
this is awful.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Martell in a blindfold
Well, now-
match.
The
Now-
build up to the match was better than
Bro,
the match itself.
the match would have been fine. And then they cut to Jake Roberts over in the corner. He's got the blindfold on, and then he puts his hand in front of the mask to like make sure he can see out of it. The OSW homies brought it to my attention, and I watched it. And I was like, that ruined the whole. It's like because when you're a
you
kid,
can see his hand underneath.
yeah,
it,
so he
man.
knows you.
Yeah.
You know he can see. So now you're just noticing he's just acting like he can't see. He's capping. They're capping about being blindfolded.
What a waste of it. What a waste of.
And it was just it was 9 minutes of the crowd going, yeah, you're getting closer. It was hot and cold for 9 minutes. That's all it was.
They're like,
That's all it was.
But the crowd was into it.
Oh, the
And
crowd was
They
super
loved
into
every bit. I was as a kid.
That
you
just
know?
proves how much like storytelling, and everyone
Yeah.
talks about Jake the Snake and how he was a ring psychologist and
Yep.
all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it shows what a good talent that he was, and
Oh,
Rick
100%.
Martel also.
and he was
But-
rocking around that one milky
Yep.
eye too.
That's
Yeah.
right for where the arrogance was
Yeah.
sprayed in his eyes.
Yep.
No did he?
And I think he,
But-
they said, they said that he went with that full steam,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
he
yeah.
was going around acting like he was really blind.
Well,
during
yeah,
that
you
time.
had, that's how they rocked it back in the days and everything. I mean,
Yep.
it was just
If they tried that nowadays,
it wouldn't go
that
over.
that match right now, it wouldn't
No.
work.
No. Next up, you got the very first. You got the debut at WrestleMania
Yep.
of the motherfucking Undertaker.
Yes, with Paul Bearer,
The streak
With Paul Bearer.
begins.
and
If
and
you-
you're going against the murderer. I mean, I'll take that back. Jimmy Snook. I'm
Of
sorry.
course, you had the debut. of-
Allegedly.
I was gonna say
Either-
which one.
It wasn't allegedly. It wasn't allegedly. He got. They know. But you had the debut of Undertaker at Survivor Series 1990.
Yep.
That's when. Sorry, this live wire is kicking my ass over here. When he came out with Brother Love,
Yes.
and they made the change to Paul Bearer, so he was at the Rumble. He had that good showing at the Rumble. And then now we're here with his debut against Jimmy Snook, and it was just a squash match.
Yeah,
He beat him in
just
4
nothing but a
minutes.
squash match.
What about that tombstone, though?
He dropped him.
That was like the infancy of the tombstone. That may have been the first time he did it in a match, like on
Dude,
Got me,
TV.
brother.
Because Jimmy Snuka's legs, he didn't keep them together. He looked like a frog and
Yeah.
just fell flat on his fucking skull.
Dude, but he, in hindsight, probably deserved it.
No, facts. But Undertaker gets the win. That's the he's officially
start of the
1-0
streak.
on the start of the streak.
That's the entrance too with Paul Bearer, where like the kids in the crowd and everything were that's
Oh,
when,
the
like,
dead Undertaker with the purple eyes and shit. I mean, you can't.
and especially when you mix Paul Bearer in the mix too, because Paul Bearer just added to that
Facts.
whole feel of everything.
Facts.
And then you have probably I'll say probably Warrior's best match ever. Probably you had the retire match where the loser must retire with the Ultimate Warrior versus the Macho King Randy Savage.
Outstanding match.
Yeah,
Warrior's best match he ever had.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be Warrior's best match.
Probably not even Savage's top 10, top 15 matches he ever had. But it was definitely Warrior's best match.
Because there's no telling how many times they practiced that match.
Well, Warrior spoke about that in something, a documentary somewhere. When this got brought up in his timeline, he talked about how obsessed that Randy was about them going over this match.
Oh yeah,
Just like he was
Like
with
with Steamboat.
Steamboat, yeah. So that's just what Savage did. But
But the greatest thing, who was in the crowd? Who was in the crowd for this match? Miss
Miss
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
She was sitting there just as a bystander for this match.
Yep.
And then Warrior goes. Great match. Warrior goes over. Sherry attacks Macho King in the ring,
Turns on him. Yeah.
turns on him, and then hey, she's just a regular bystander, but security just lets her jump the barricade, and then we have one of the greatest moments in wrestling history.
Iconic like jazz.
It was definitely jazz iconic.
But do you think those people that they captured on camera that were crying, do you think those were plants?
I don't. Back then, no.
No, you don't think so?
They didn't have to do it back then, bro.
Yeah.
Because you got to think there was no social media. Them people believed that shit. I believed it. You know, my fat ass believed everything on that.
Yeah, I mean, 2
too.
years.
I thought the gobbledygooker was real.
I mean, 2 years without Miss Elizabeth, and then everything is right again in the world.
Great writing. That was a good writing.
I mean, it was I
Great
don't know
storytelling.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote who produced that or wrote that and everything, but a magical moment.
That's got to be one of the most emotional moments in.
Yeah.
in
It's got to be
wrestling
like
history.
it's a top moment in wrestling history.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always talked. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. R.I.P. to both of them.
Yeah.
Next up, then you had the most random match ever. You had Demolition, which was Smash and Crush with Mr. Fuji, against Tenryu and Katao. Just a random ass team. It wasn't the Orient Express.
No.
It was two. It was
Go
two.
get your popcorn.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Well, first off, what about the pre-segment before the match where Regis Philbin is just saying Suzuki, Toyota,
super racist.
super
towards
racist,
the
just saying like Asian car names to them, and they're just like, yes, It's
Shout out, not shout out. Fuck Vince McMahon, dude. Fuck
Dude, that
Vince
was
McMahon.
so bad.
Piece of shit, bro.
It's so bad, man.
And it's just back there. It was like, oh, it was the time. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean it was right. Just because that's what it was. It was a sign of the times. Hey, you're Asian. You know Suzuki, right? The people that make Jeeps and cars and stuff. What about Toshiba or whatever else? He just kept naming it. I'm like, bruh.
It was so bad.
Tenryu and Katao go over in 4 minutes on Demolition and Crush, or Demolition, Smash and Crush. And next up, you got Big Boss Man, who had Andre with him. Barely.
Dude, that was
Against Mr. Perfect with Bobby Heenan, man.
that was so bad.
And you finally give Boss Man an attempt to get some gold. Now, I know that he made – did they have the belts with the Twin Towers? I don't know if they ever had
I know.
the
I don't think Bossman ever held a title other
He
than the
finally gets a
USWA
tag
title.
a title match against Mr. Perfect. And, of course, they don't let him –
He
he didn't lose clean, but he won
No.
by, DQ or something?
Yeah.
And it was all right. You know, I loved Perfect, and I loved Bossman back then. The match was okay.
Perfect had that sell job going in that one too. Dude, it is hysterical, that spot where he literally is laying outside of the ring waiting for Andre to hit him with the belt. He's like, okay, I gotta get as close to Andre as I can so he doesn't have to move. But man, Andre looked so bad in that one.
bad. It was
I mean, he was like literally leaning on the ring, walking around it and everything. It was. Like you said, it was just a wasted opportunity for Boss Man right there. That should have been the point where they put the IC title on him.
Facts. And then I was just Googling something for this next one. So this next one, you had Earthquake, who again, one of my favorite heels of all time, Earthquake, against Greg Valentine. And it was a 3-minute squash match, literally a squash match. I mean, he sat on it.
Yeah, legit squash.
I was Googling to see if this was Blue Trunks, Greg Valentine, because that's when you knew he was about to be out of here. Whenever they did rhythm and blues,
Yeah.
anytime Vince put somebody in blue trunks, they were on their way out. Dino Bravo, same way. Greg Valentine, he had dyed his hair black, wore blue. It was somebody else that they always talk about, but those two for sure. And it was like the blue trunks of death or something. It's like you knew your time was about up when Vince put you in like light blue trunks. Or
Would that have been around the same time? Because Earthquake was in. When did Earthquake leave WWE?
I would say it was probably within the next little over a year. Maybe he was. I think he was there the following year.
Because Earthquake was in the blue at this point as well.
Yeah, but then but then they ended up doing the natural disasters after this. This was towards the end of that segment.
That's true.
But again, 3-minute match, and the thing about Earthquake is too, even though he kept losing to Hogan, it didn't affect him being a feared heel, and that just kind of showed you too that like, yeah, he may have lost some matches to Hogan, but he fucking knocked Hogan out. He didn't really lose because he won by what? Fucking count out the one we before a couple SummerSlam, where we posted on the channel. Go check it out.
Go check that out.
But I love that that just showed how believable Earthquake was, and he looked 60, and he was like 26 or 28.
That skull was on another level. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's shining right there.
Shining
He
like
was
a diamond,
he was
baby.
probably like 22 at that time.
Probably so. But yeah, shout out Earthquake, man. He buried Greg the Hammer. Then he had another dope tag match. Not really. It was a minute long. Legion of Doom against Power and Glory.
That was another squash.
Yep.
I mean, squash the hell out of Power.
I don't even remember. How'd they beat him so easily? I forgot.
It was just a brute for. It was just.
Did they hit the finisher?
Oh yeah, they hit the what
Doomsday device?
Yeah, they hit the Doomsday device. I think they hit it on Roma, but I think Roma
Bitch.
I think shout out to OSW again. I think they said at this time Roma and Hercules were hurt. Roma had like an elbow issue going on, and then I think Hercules had like a knee issue going on. So that was probably why it was such a quick squash match and everything. But fuck you, Paul Roma. It's always fuck you, Paul Roma, and fuck you, Jenny.
Yeah,
for life.
But shout out Legion of Doom.
Yeah,
they can't seem to get a break though and have a really dope ass tag match in any of these big pay per views.
No,
they still ain't had one, like a really good one. Demolition's had one. Heart Foundation's had one. The Rockers have had a few. Power and Glory's had, you know what I mean? Like everybody. But they still ain't, up to this point, they haven't, all their matches have been kind of fucked around, I guess. Next up, you had Virgil and Roddy Piper against Ted DiBiase.
Dude, he was about it again in this one too with the broadcast. And you had, I don't think we talked about the broadcast, dude. We had multiple broadcast members on this one. Gorilla was a constant during this, and then you had Bobby come in whenever he wasn't involved, and I forget what was it, Lord
Alfred Hayes.
Yeah, he was in the mix with it and everything, and I think Piper did some matches as well. But yeah, this another match that was just
here it is again. This is what pisses me off about WWE. They have this storyline of Virgil and $1 Million Man, right? And they built it up for what? All the way up until WrestleMania at this point.
Yeah.
You're talking about this has been a 6 to 8 month build of DiBiase treating him like shit. All this racial undertone bullshit that they were doing. And you're building up to the big fight between Virgil and Ted DiBiase.
Yep.
What's the results of the match?
Virgil wins by count out.
By count out. Same thing you did when bitch ass Hulk Hogan got sat on and fake rode everybody and took everybody's money and all that. Came back and won by a goddamn count out. I get you don't want to pin Earthquake.
Yeah.
Because you want Earthquake to still look strong.
We're talking about the $1 Million Man here.
But all the shit they did with $1 Million Man to shit on Virgil, to the point where he literally was almost shitting on. He was having him pick up shit off of his shoe.
Yeah.
And then you can't even let him pin him or make him put him to sleep. Like, the move is you put DiBiase in the $1 Million Dream and you put him out. That's the way you write that.
Yeah. And Virgil was over.
He was over as fuck, bro. Meat sauce, motherfucker.
And then Sherry comes out and joins up. That's when Sherry joins up with the $1 Million Man. Just
7 minutes. I mean, the crowd was so behind Virgil, and then you can't even let him pin him.
Like you said, just the build up for all that build
up. They did back then,
though. 7 minutes.
In a count out fight. That's how, and then that's it. They don't do nothing else after this. This is it.
Yeah.
Virgil just goes on to become a solo wrestler and is terrible. The only match you have for Virgil is this one.
Yeah. And make it count. Make it count. And that about count out.
Virgil was black, dude. I'm just gonna say it.
Vince McMahon's racist. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm sorry, and I'm not the kind of person.
There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
This angle was 100% that. But yeah, and then the next one, it's like again, the Mounty
versus Arriba. Tito.
Look, now Tito Santana usually has better showings than this one.
Yeah.
Tito didn't even make it a minute and a half at the Mounty. Mounty beat him clean in a minute by pinfall in a minute and 21 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like you have this match is a minute 21, and then you have the Legion of Doom match is 59 seconds. Now, granted, Tito may have been hurt.
Yeah.
Because usually you get a 6 to 10 minute match with Tito at every pay per view.
And it's going to be a solid. And it's going to be a solid one.
Yeah.
Tito was underrated.
I completely agree. I was about to say you. I don't know. I glitched.
Rewind
I did
that,
a chance
man.
glitch.
He glitched out for sure. Shout out to AI. Avery Ingram available now. Go check him out on streaming platforms.
Bingo.
Avery Ingram.
Do that. Run them numbers up.
Run him up, dude. Run up Avery Ingram. He's got a solid country catalog. On,
So he'll get a
Spotify.
9-cent check this
He'll
month.
get 9 cents, dude. Bringing in the money. Not on YouTube, he won't, because they're abolishing all that. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, AI stuff is out the window.
If you make your AI good enough, they don't know that it's AI.
There you go.
Okay. That's why we have him in our pocket.
Yep.
This
And-
whole episode's AI. We're not
We're
really
not
here.
real. And then finally, what everybody's been waiting for, right, guys?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter. Puke.
You pukemaniacs. The pukemaniacs.
And you have Sergeant Slaughter accompanied to the ring by General Adnan.
And the champ comes in first to the ring at that.
know-
In this one.
This is kind of off
That,
topic.
that's,
Oh, go
again, Hogan. When have you ever seen a title match where the goddamn champion comes in first?
Especially during that time. Especially
Never.
during that time.
And it just happened to be when Hulk Hogan was the challenger.
Of course.
You couldn't have put Hulk Hogan. Rules don't apply to you, do they, Hulk Hogan?
Nope.
You're fighting Sergeant Slaughter. You're the challenger. Make him go out first, brother. Make him go out first.
Ain't gonna work for me.
When has anybody ever had a situation
Never.
where the champion, up to this point, now I don't know, if, the last 20 years they've done it,
Yeah.
but up until this point, that's not the way it works.
No, it's not. No. What were you
But
gonna say?
Hogan, let's change the rules. Hulk Hogan. You didn't even fucking sell 20,000 tickets to this, Hulk Hogan.
For WrestleMania.
For WrestleMania, during the goddamn Gulf War, you couldn't sell 20,000 tickets.
It's not going to work for him, brother.
Maybe next time you'll actually fill out your thank you letters and send them to people.
He was rocking that American flag do-rag, though.
Yeah.
But for the small amount of people that were there, he got a hell of a pop.
I mean, of course he did, but it's
Slaughter's big thing was like, I'm gonna win, but if I lose, it's gonna be by disqualification. His big thing was, if I lose, it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna lose by DQ.
which is the stupidest thing to say when you're like
So
this big-
stupid.
You're trying to be like a ruler and all this. If I lose, it'll be by disqualification.
You're not getting the belt, Hogan.
Like you're supposed to say, I'm not going to lose.
Yeah.
That's
See,
what you say.
I never understood that about heels. Like, why, if you're a heel, why wouldn't you just every time just grab a chair and hit
somebody.
someone with it, and then you'd be the champion forever until you do like a no holds barred or something, or a cage match or something like that. But you
Until
get
you
a good
stuck.
run.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yep.
Touche, good friend. But yeah, it was a slow match. You could tell Slaughter was winded with the quickness in this. Because how long did they
Fuck
give?
yeah, it was 20 minutes.
20 minutes. They give these.
He was winded like 3 minutes in, bro.
Yeah. And
The match was awful.
terrible.
I'm trying to rank it. So, like, you've got, let's look at the WrestleMania matches with Hogan. Hogan Andre in WrestleMania 3. What was WrestleMania 4? Was the tournament. Did Hogan fight in that? I can't even remember.
I don't think so.
I can't.
Well, we'll just skip 4. 5 is the Mega Powers Explode.
Yeah.
Right?
Greatness.
WrestleMania 6, him and Warrior, horrible.
Yeah.
Back nostalgia at the top.
Through the roof.
But match quality, awful. It was just rest holds and rest holds that made it look like they were blowing each other for 25 minutes.
Almost
Very
as,
Paul's-worthy wrestling.
almost the same. I mean, there was a lot of in the corner spot, and then that god awful chair shot that that busts open Hogan. I mean,
The softest chair shot.
dude, he has the chair with either hand on the side and just, it's just so bad. But man, it looks so iconic as a kid. It looked so badass as a kid, especially
it was less is more. Never been done before, guys.
and especially when now it's as. Shout out to the OSW guys pointing this out too. When Hogan legit rips another country's flag in half in the middle of the match, I mean, it don't matter if you're going to war with another country or not. That's a little disrespectful.
But
to
look,
rip
but with Slaughter, what'd they do? They were trying to burn an American flag,
yeah,
and then they said, "No, let's not do that. Let's burn a Hulkamania flag."
yeah.
So they scale back on the American flag, but the American Hulk Hogan can rip the fuck out of the other
With
country's
blood,
flag.
with his blood all over it.
It's like, bruh.
And then Hogan later on in the match, after he wins the title, wipes his sweat and blood with the American flag.
You're a real American, huh, Hulk Hogan? You're such a real American that you'll use the American flag to wipe the sweat off your brow and the blood off your face.
Ugh.
but you're a real American.
But as a kid though, that shot's iconic, especially when
Because we were all duped. We thought Hulk Hogan was the hero for everybody.
exactly when
He's full of shit.
when Slaughter had him in the camel clutch and you got the crimson mask of Hogan going on it,
Crimson mask.
and his skull, his blonde skullet with the blood in there. I mean, it was iconic as a kid. It's like, holy shit, this dude's amazing.
Holy shit, this dude's pulled the wool over
He was-
everybody's eyes
yes.
for 40 years.
He was doing it for America, just like he created that real American beer and real American freestyle. And
Do you know anybody that's had the American beer yet?
No.
Do you know anybody that's subscribed to the American Freestyle?
But other than me, no.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. But yeah, Hogan wins.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild for them.
The 14,000 people that were still left in the arena at that time, because there were some empty seats.
One thing I'll say too, again, a nod to the OSW guys pointing this out. In Royal Rumble '91, when Hogan won, you see a lot of people walking out.
Yeah, everybody's
He's celebrating in the ring, and that's what this is. '91 now. We're still early '91. But the way that they kind of fucked off with Warrior, now Warrior fucked off a lot of it on his own.
No, yeah,
accord.
yeah.
But the people didn't know that.
No, yeah.
That just told you they were ready for him to be going away and for them to go in the Warrior direction, which is why they tried to do that.
Yeah.
And then Warrior fucked it off being Warrior. So they had to put it back on Hogan until they figured shit out.
Because you're what, like year 6 or 7 of the Hulkamania?
WrestleMania 1. I mean, this is WrestleMania 7, so we're 7 years in at this point.
Yeah, it's just getting tired of it.
I will say this was better than WrestleMania 6. Not from the main event standpoint, but it had good. There
were better
There
matches.
were 3 really solid matches on this card.
Yeah.
I'll say that when I haven't been able to say that for any other Mania yet.
Yeah, you had the Rockers tag team match.
Yep.
The
Heart Foundation.
both tag team matches were solid, and as bad as it was, the blindfold match kind of worked.
But the Warrior and Savage match was great.
It was great, and the Boss Man and Perfect match was pretty decent.
So I would give this one a 6 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
as a kid, obviously they're all 10 out of 10s as kids.
Oh yeah,
But going back and watching it with the 2 or 3 really solid matches on it, even though the main event was shit, I still give it a 6 out of 10.
I agree with that. The nostalgia. This one's right. I remember WrestleMania 7 being right there with 6 in the nostalgia factor as a kid because they were just so iconic. Because I was such a Hogan mark. But yeah, going back, I had a whole lot more fun watching this one than 6 as a whole and everything.
Me too.
And so, yeah, I put it right there in that 6.5 mark.
What about you, Chance?
I'm going to give this one a 5.
5.
Okay.
I think it had too much filler on here.
It definitely has.
And
some
it
fillers.
just killed the momentum. I think if they would have, which back then, I mean, that's how they did things. But I think if they would have shortened it down a little bit. But it did have a lot of good stories. The matches that mattered were, emotional and had a lot of good storytelling in it. And it had some good actual wrestling matches.
Yeah,
Well,
and the interview segments were good too, in this one as well.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to when we get back up and go to continue this to do SummerSlam '91 because that's the match made in heaven, the match made in hell with Savage and Elizabeth's wedding and all that stuff. So that'll probably be the next pay-per-view we do, I'm assuming, just to go in this order.
Yeah, keep it rolling in this line.
Yeah, man. This was better than WrestleMania 6, but this still wasn't great.
No.
But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all thought about WrestleMania 6. What were your favorite parts? What were your terrible parts? Was there any fun facts about it that we didn't talk about? I'm sure there was. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Shout out Trouble Spirits, Revolution 1 Media, the Gaggle of Wrestlers.
Got anything from the HMC?
Nah, not this time.
Hit that like and subscribe. And hit that bow. Bow! We out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. I might just join the team, hating on me, Gene. DJ the DJ keeps the party going.